Hello everyone, this is DA from E Academy, and today in this video we will take a step back to see what we have done so far in the finite element method course and what would be our next step after connecting the dots. In the very first video of this playlist of the finite element method, we have talked about that there are three main distribution, or there are three main divisions of this course. So this was exactly what we have discussed in the very first video. The first step of this course was discussing direct method. The second step was the main step, the variational method, because that was the most widest part, because in the variational method we have covered weak form, strong form, and in the weak form we actually talked about the Ritz method. We actually talked about how we can solve a differential equation with the help of integration by parts by weakening the differentiability. And in the strong form we have talked about how we can solve a differential equation by using the weighted residual statement, and there are four methods that we have talked about. So far we have covered these two steps. Now the third step, that is actually the essence of this course, that is finite element method. We have talked about how we can select the shape function, the weight function, especially in this second method area, in the strong form, weak form, etc. Where we are facing with a vague technique, or the technique that was not specific, from which we are getting the shape or the weight function that are completely random. We know that we have faced difficulty in the construction of the approximating function phi j, phi naught, and the weight function as well, because there are different conditions on the weak approximating function, and there are different conditions on the strong approximating functions about the essential or the actual boundary condition, homogeneity of that thing, and all things. So it is very difficult to construct such type of approximating function with a lot of restrictions, because there is no systematic or standard procedure for the selection of the shape functions, and it is completely random process. The second drawback of this variational method was of complex geometry, because so far we have seen one-dimensional problem or the linear problem, and there were a single rod that we have discussed so far. And if we assume a two-dimensional or three-dimensional geometry, so the variational method will not be able to support that kind of geometry, because there is no such method to solve this kind of geometry. Again, if we have a geometry with a hole, or for example we have this plane and with a hole in the center, and we have to approximate a function for this plane with a hole in the center, how we can approximate a function without meshing it? Because if we are going to mesh it, then we can eventually able to find a function or approximate a function for this kind of plane with a center hole or something else. But in the variational method there is no meshing, and that is why we're not able to execute such type of method on such type of planes that have a complex geometry. This is one of the shortcomings of the variational method. So now, in order to execute meshing for such type of geometry, and in order to get rid of this arbitrary shape function, weight function, or an overall, we can say the approximating function, there is a need for a method that is more versatile. So that is why the third method is the finite element method. And in the finite element method we have a standard procedure for the shape functions and the weight function. And for the standard procedure, we means that there is no arbitrary approximating function, but there is a unique and not random function, because the function that I will be using or extracting for a certain problem, the same function you will be using for the same problem, same geometry. And in order to avoid this kind of thing, so finite element method allows us to do meshing. And instead of, because in the variational method we are treating the whole object as a single object, but in the finite element method we are actually using meshing. We can actually take a part and then integrate on over the whole area to find the approximate solution for such type of things. And we can also consider 2-dimension or the 3-dimension surfaces as well. So now we are actually understanding the need for the finite element method after the variational method because of their shortcomings. So in the next video we will formally initiate with the finite element method, and we will see how we can solve differential equation by finite element method, and how it is more versatile than variational method and the direct method as well. So this is for now. If you're looking for more such videos, then you can subscribe this channel in order to watch more upcoming videos. We will meet in the next video. Till then, take care. Goodbye.